This is our first proper public event in over 2.5 years, so we're very excited, yay. And so you are our baseline. We will grow from here. So just so you know, every month there'll be one of these events where we will get to know the backstory of the people that you know through your work or maybe through your emailing or whatever, but we want to know a bit more about them.
May I extend a warm welcome to you all on behalf of Arts Nexus. This event has been made possible by Arts Queensland and is one of the many that Arts Nexus will be facilitating throughout the year.
Ray is a passionate and radical visionary. If anyone's spoken to Ray, you know he is full of ideas and marvellous thoughts. He's had a lot of different incarnations in his work life, including a TAFE teacher, a high school teacher, community development worker. He has been a musician. He's also an artist advocate, and now he is a web entrepreneur. So Ray is the backbone and co-founder of Entertainment Cairns, and now it's kind of building into something bigger as well, which we can ask a little bit about as well. Exciting national stuff. And we are also going to invite up Charles Wiles, and Charles just actually works next door as the venue manager. And so, you know, you think about these people and they're doing this busy stuff, but we don't actually know much about Charles's backstory, and he's done loads with dance and circus and supporting artists, and he fully believes in synergy, and synergy is evident in loads of stuff that he's done. So, please, Ray and Charles, would you like to take a seat? What is synergy?
You're going to use that little sheet over there. I actually been thinking about it all week, and I started writing a few things down, and I realised, look, I could easily go on a whole sort of tangent here, and I wanted to cut it right down. I've got an education background as well, training background, and some of my backstory relates to that. So anyway, and I'm a maths teacher, so forgive me. What you're looking at there is just a very simple concept of synergy when you really break it down, and that is two components. Now, we can put it in the context of human interaction. It doesn't have to be, but let's stick to human interaction, or organisational interaction, arts worker practice where you're interacting with whoever you're interacting with. And you can see that in that little mathematical formula that I put up there, that 1 + 1 equals something that is bigger than 2. And that's that part that's bigger than 2 is the part that is a phenomena that I would call synergy.
Can you take us back though? You didn't start off your career going, I'd like to be a venue manager.
Not in the slightest.
No. What did you start off with?
I did a degree in film and television, and I was going to do film sound, and I ended up working in theatre lighting. So it's sort of a little bit opposite. So
sounds like a synergistic occurrence. What happened?
Yeah. That's the job I got. Okay. After I left university, I was like, what shall I do now? And I got some volunteer work at 12th Night Theatre in Brisbane, and it just rolled from there.
Volunteer work, what did you have to do?
Follow spot operator on Cage or
right. Follow spot. There you go. Start off everywhere. Follow spot.
Oh yeah. No, follow spot did me well for many years in the start of my career.
I have a daughter who some of you will know and some of you will know very well. And in fact, a few years ago, she got that well known in Cairns that the only way I was known by people and strangers was, you're Simone Elias's father, you know, and I mean ad nauseum. She was a driving force in my mind and in my heart because I mentored her, I managed her for a short while, and through that process I got to learn. I went to national, international conferences down south. I got a really good understanding of the music industry, where it was, where it had come from the, you know, the record company days to the technology days to the crash of the record companies to all of that. And that became a very important tool to understand how to create the platform Entertainment Cairns. Think of
Asian Theatre. They're in season at a 3-week season at Metro Arts as part of the Brisasia Festival. They've been receiving amazing reviews and doing really good houses. So, and that's been a 3 or 4 year process when Willem sort of walked in. I mean, a lot of people here have worked with CFAT in the early days and where they are now, and everybody has their take on that. But I think Willem stood by his way of doing theatre. He wanted to do it in his particular style. He didn't want to fall into anybody else's style, and he's kept that direction the whole way, and now it's paying benefits to be able to bring it to a wider audience down in Brisbane.
Think of the Auckland Bridge before the bridge was built. So the building of that bridge meant that people could communicate to the CBD. I guess Sydney Harbour Bridge is the same thing. It transformed the city. It provided synergy for the whole city by building that bridge. Yeah? Commuters, workers, people going out at night, people, child mining, you just think of anything, what a bridge brings. And of course, property prices on the other side of the river. Now, the opposite happens when you burn bridges, both in terms of in wartime, what do? They try to knock out bridges to stop that, and in relationship building or relationship breaking.
I mean, a career in performing arts in Australia, or in Queensland especially, or in Australia, it's actually a very small industry. And for many years I worked project to project, and you know the same people come around again every time. So it's never sad when you say goodbye because you know you're going to be on another project with them again. You'd never burn those bridges. It's like, yeah, you can't.
One and one give you more than two.
Absolutely.
How do we make sure we get together, the talent matches, where we create the synergy that is greater than two?
I think in different contexts, one can try to plan that. So, for example, you're functioning effectively as an employer, and you've got to look at your criteria of the people you want in your team. So, in that situation, I guess you can help to orchestrate that. I'd say in real life, for me, just responding, I rely to a large extent on that other word, synchronicity. That is, when things do come together and you recognise they're coming together, that you harness that, you go with that.
So wrapping up the conversation, we've had Ray's rule, which is one and one never make two, never makes two. We got identifying synergy and synergistic opportunities through identifying passion, and also the idea of the environment that you're in, including your internal environment, and who else is in front of you and where you are and what the actual issues are that you're facing. These are all part of the synergy that can help you go forward and, like these guys, have careers that just keep moving one thing to the next thing to the next thing. That's what you guys seem to have managed to do, synergistic careers, basically, I reckon. I'd like you to all thank very much our wonderful guests. So we've had Ray Elias and Charles Wiles. Thanks also to Arts Queensland, of course, without whom we could not be operating. Thanks to Elixir, and don't forget, if you are from this crowd here and you're getting tapas, you've got 10% off tonight, and there is a special cocktail, synergy cocktail, which I'm going to have after this. Oh, it's delicious. Is it dying? There you go, right. And I would encourage you all to stick around and chat to each other and find out what synergistically you can get to know about that other person. Or ask each other, start with that conversation. How does synergy work in your arts practice or in your arts business or in your arts career? So, thank you very much.
So this journey around the sun has left us branded. We all know these wounds heal. Over scar tissue forms and armor. Now we're so much stronger than I ever thought was possible. been a year